To all the friends and all the fans of the Universal Wrestling Syndicate, I come to you now with great regret over certain incidents that have taken place with the UWS over the past 2 months. Before I get to my major announcement, I just want to talk to you about a few things, let you know where I'm coming from. When I first envisioned the Universal Wrestling Syndicate several months ago, I never considered anything this big. Had anyone told me back in January that the UWS would be sitting among the top feds in SL before summer even started, I would have politely shook my head and chuckled at their delusional ignorance. I felt taking baby steps was the best way to make a respectable name for ourselves while providing top-notch entertainment for all the fans. That was honestly the only plan I actually had. I didn't know what else to do. This was all new to me. But it wasn't enough. In order to have the backing of the Virtual World Network, I had to assure them that I would lock down Acheron, Kurt Bombastic, and Derrick Zane. Without all three, the UWS would have been a no-go. The hiring of Acheron would prove to be beneficial for all parties. The fans love him. He's a solid guy in the locker room, and he gives it 100% every time he's in the ring. He is exactly what VWN wanted. I wish I could say the same for Kurt Bombastic and Derrick Zane. I had to assure the VWN that once these two were signed, they would be model citizens. None of that other crap would go down like it did in other federations between these two. I had to guarantee that would not happen. If I couldn't, UWS would have had to find another home. Both Kurt and Derrick sat in front of me signing their contracts, and they lied to my face. They assured me their beef with one another was over, that it was purely now about competition. It was purely now about wrestling. All that other crap was out the window. Any problems they had would be settled inside of a UWS wrestling ring and nowhere else. And again, it was a lie. Now, many of you remember a few weeks back when Kurt confronted Derrick at the announcer's table at the end of a show. They were both warned by Eric Stewart that the first one to physically assault the other would be suspended for 30 days. Next thing you know, most of us saw Derrick Zane punching Kurt Bombastic. I saw it the same way everybody else did. So immediately, Derrick Zane was suspended. Now, Derrick maintained his innocence, claiming it was simply self-defense after Kurt slugged him. I didn't see Kurt hit him. None of my staff saw Kurt hit him. But then something kind of strange started happening. I'd walk around the backstage, I'd walk around the locker room, and I'd hear Kurt on more than one occasion laughing and jesting with other members about how it wasn't his fault that Derrick's face ran into his fist, leading to Derrick's suspension. So you know what I did? I sat down, I looked at the tapes, and son of a bitch, he did. Kurt hit Derrick first. And Derrick was suspended. Derrick paid the price. There it was, clear as day, Kurt cracking Derrick. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how am I going to get out of this? There is no way I can dig out of this. It was obvious that as Federation President, I dropped the ball and suspended the wrong man. I immediately contacted Derrick to apologize and had every intentions of making things right with him. But unfortunately, his lawyers took care of that for him. I was informed this past weekend that I was to be relieved of my duties as Federation President immediately until further notice. Now, I have no idea if and when I will ever be back as President. So I sit here right now in front of you all, and I'm going to thank you all for helping make UWS amongst the elite in Second Life Wrestling. And I ask that you continue to support the UWS regardless of who the new ownership turns out to be. I assure you this, you have not heard the last of Sam Luciano. For my best chapters here in UWS have yet to be written. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to fight this with every ounce of my being. But I apologize to you all. I made the mistake. I trusted the wrong guys. But with that being said, I stand here before you, formally stepping down and relinquishing my power to the new president of the UWS.